The Toronto Maple Leafs make a smart signing, and Newfoundland legend Terry Ryan returns to the game of professional hockey. We'll break all this down for you coming up on this episode of Hat Trick HQ. But before we get into it, just want to say we're on the road for 3,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to go down below, hit that subscribe button, join along the journey with us because we'll be here every day giving you daily hockey updates. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, which is Leafs make a sneaky signing. And as we take a look here, the Toronto Marlies signed Kieffer Bellows to an AHL contract for the remainder of the 23-24 season. And we go on to see here why this is a smart move for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They say he's entering his prime years now. However, he also has a ton of experience at age 25. He's beginning his prime, and he brings a valuable mix of youth and NHL experience to the table. Having spent the past 4 seasons with the Islanders, he brings skills that could enhance the Maple Leafs forward depth. Although I believe the signing isn't really for this season, I also believe there's a good possibility that he can make an impact with the big club during the next season when some of the expensive forwards currently on the Maple Leafs roster move on to other teams this coming offseason. And we also see here Bellows could have an elite scoring ability. He has shown that he can put the puck in the net, especially at even strength. His knack for finding the net combined with physical play could inject some much needed offense into the Maple Leafs lineup. He says that he knows he's known to be a physical player who isn't afraid to take up space in front of the net. And they also say he might have a little bit to learn defensively, but he's shown enough offensively to be worth the investment for the Leafs. And as we take a look at his stats so far this season, he does have 27 points in 26 games. And Mark, obviously, Kieffer Bellows was signed to a PTO with the Marlies earlier this season. He played 25 games on that PTO, and today eventually finally signed that contract with the Marlies. But like we said when he signed this PTO, I mean, he's a great player. Really do think that he could potentially crack this Leafs lineup at some point throughout the season if, some injuries do arise. I do think he may get the nod. But like they say here in this article, this would be great for next season when they're in a little bit of a cap crunch and they got a guy like Bellows looking to prove his worth back in the NHL.
Yeah, the big thing is you just said it right there is next year it's going to be a bit of a cap crunch. I don't think it's going to be as bad as a lot of people say, but there's so many teams around the league. When you see them win the Stanley Cup, they have guys on almost vet minimum or very low contracts, under $1 million, just playing in that bottom six, making an impact and filling out where you don't need to spend 2 or 3 million on a player, and you could use this elsewhere in a lineup. So bringing a guy up like this is going to be awesome next season. I mean, just this season alone, we're seeing the bottom six for the Leafs kind of get younger. We're seeing a guy like Nick Robertson, Holmberg, Bobby McMahon. These guys are filling out the bottom six so nicely that I think once we get into next season, and if any of these guys do leave and trade via free agency, whatever it may be, if we can bring Bellows back, I think he's a guy that could be a staple in the bottom six. He was a high overall pick for the Islanders. He's looking absolutely outstanding in the AHL right now. And after a full year using this Toronto Marlies system, which is not too far off from the Toronto Maple Leaf system, I think he can make an impact and really fight for a spot in the big leagues, like you said. Get into this Toronto lineup, maybe fill out the bottom six, a complementary piece maybe on the second line if you really wanted to push it. But I think this guy's going to have an impact, and I thought it was an awesome pickup when they got him. But just extending him now to have him on an AHL deal and signing him onto a new contract next year if we can makes it even better.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. I really like Kieffer Bellows. I really do think he could fit this bottom six in Toronto next year. Like you said, you save a little bit of money here. Bring this guy in maybe $1 million, under $1 million. See what he's worth. Get him to prove his worth here in the NHL. But it seems like every day I'm opening up Twitter, opening up my social media, and seeing the Toronto Marlies post Kieffer Bellows snipes one, Kieffer Bellows roofs one. Like he's scoring in almost every game, over a point per game in the AHL. And like you said, he's in this system that's very close to the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I really do hope that we do get to see him have a nod maybe this season and potentially be in the roster all next season.
Yeah, next season would be awesome. I think it's going to be more next year because, like I said, we do have Holmberg, Bobby McMahon, Robertson. These guys are up right now. I know Reeves is down with an injury, and they're going to look to add maybe a guy like Corey Perry that we've seen linked to the Leafs, or maybe another trade for a bottom six defensive minded guy if they go this route. But I think he'll be more of a next season thing. I can't see them signing to him an NHL or a two-way contract or anything. But I think it's going to be awesome. I think getting him in, let him compete for a spot next year. I think he'd be happy just to finally find a home. Maybe he gets a two-way contract for a couple of years. Maybe he gets signed to an NHL deal. Who knows? And I think the future is going to be bright right for a guy like this.
Yeah, I really have to agree with you there. And if you're a Leafs fan, make sure to keep an eye on this guy because I really do think he's going to be in the big club next year because he's playing phenomenal in the AHL, and I really do think he will get a shot next year. Let us know down below. What do you think about Kieffer Bellows? Do you think he should crack the NHL? Let us know down below. We're going to get into the second topic of the video today, which is Terry Ryan returns. And I know me and Mark are amped up about this one. As we seen last night, late last night, Saturday night, they said there's a good chance that 47-year-old Terry Ryan will be suiting up for the Newfoundland Growlers tomorrow against the Thunder. Kind of got everybody on their feet wondering, is TR going to come back? And we seen earlier today that the Newfoundland Growlers put up that they signed Mount Pearl native Terry Ryan to a standard player contract. And Mark, the story behind this is just unbelievable. We seen in an interview, he said he was out having a few cold ones last night, got the call from Growlers forward Zach O'Brien saying, you want to play tomorrow? We're running low on some guys. It's hard to get some guys on the rock here when players go down, players are out with sickness, stuff like this. He thought he was joking with them. TR's birthday, he thought, oh, it's just my birthday, he's joking with me. He hung up the phone, and then Adam Party, Newfoundland Growlers developmental coach, called him, said, hey, this is serious, we want you here tomorrow. He said he immediately called a cab, went home, drank some water, and got ready for the game today. And the story here, Mark, is unbelievable. I know me and you were at the game. It was such a great experience to watch Terry Ryan play today.
Yeah, you look at Terry Ryan, he's a Newfoundland great when it comes to hockey. This guy was an 8th overall pick in 1995, and the last time he played professional hockey was in the ECHL in 2002-03. This guy put a long trek in. I mean, he was still playing hockey. He said in his interview he's been playing a lot of ball hockey. I know he still plays in senior leagues, everything like this. But it's awesome to see him get back in, and that stadium was just so electric. I know we were at this game. The place was bumping. It almost felt more electric than a lot of playoff games, a lot of NHL games that I've been to. The barn was rocking. They were chanting his name, and it was just an awesome experience, not only for the fans, but Terry Ryan himself.
Yeah, and everybody in that building tonight, including ourselves, potentially got to see Terry Ryan's last professional hockey game. Like you said, the building was electric tonight. The chants, the Terry chants, was just amazing. Getting to see him in that starting lineup, standing on the blue line during the national anthems was just something I'll always remember. It was great to see Terry come back tonight. And the big story here, I know he had a couple good shifts. He had some night. His skating looked phenomenal. Had a good chance in front of the net. I mean, it was just amazing. Every time he touched the puck, the building went up. But he did get into a fight. Terry Ryan got in a fight late in the third period, and we actually got a video of it here for you guys. We're gonna bring it up right now. And as you see, this guy came across. I believe Walker was his name. Hit one of the Growlers defensemen, James Linley. TR wasn't long coming, letting him know, and dropping the mix with him. And as you see here, Terry Ryan, gets a few good punches in, but unfortunately, Walker got the upper hand here, kind of got him going the other way, took him down the ice, and that was it. But it's just such a great experience to see Terry Ryan come out here and just put on for the fans, put on for Newfoundland, put on his home team's jersey, and just put it all on the line. And it was just a really great experience to see. We got to see him get in a fight, got to see him chirping back and forth with a guy in the box, and it's just unbelievable to me that this guy at 47 years old looked, not out of place out there tonight, and it was just great to see. Obviously, TV star now in Shoresy, but I mean, it was just an unbelievable experience, Mark.
Yeah, and the thing is, 47, it's his birthday, fresh into 47. This has to be the oldest ECHL player to ever play. And having that 20-year gap of not playing pro sports, coming in and, like you said, not looking out of place. Obviously, he's a lot older than a lot of these guys, especially the guy who fought. I think it was a good tilt. We seen them both go to the penalty box. They were running their mouths. We were hoping to get maybe another scrap, but it ended up he was in there for quite a while. But the big thing with this is it's just an awesome to see, just a hometown hero for a lot of people. We see him as a movie star. He's always on the Spit and Chicklets. This is a name that everyone in the hockey world knows, and seeing him play probably his last professional game and his first professional game in 20 years was just outstanding. I'm lost for words.
Yeah, shout out to TR. He really put on for the fans tonight, put on for the world. Spit and Chicklets was covering this, very intently, and it's just great to see this guy come back for one one last ride, I guess, and play his last professional hockey game in his hometown of St. John, or a hometown of St. John's, his home province of Newfoundland. It was just great to see. Shout out to TR. I mean, he really put one on for the fans. So we want to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Are you as fired up about TR coming back as me and Mark were? Because we headed straight down to the game as soon as we heard this news. So we're really excited to see Terry Ryan's potentially last professional hockey game. We're going to get into everybody's favorite topic here, and that is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to Mark. And as we said, we were at the Growlers game, and Mark got out for the intermission game. And we're just gonna show it to you. Mark coming here, playing Connect 4, takes a big spill on the ground, and as you see, he's up. He's covered in snow. He's running back to get the next Connect 4 piece. I mean, this was just a great experience to see, Mark. I mean, I know you're probably hurting right now.
Oh, I was like Bambi out on that ice. I think it's better for me to stay in the stands and play basketball than be out anywhere near rinks at this point.
Yeah, it was such a great time tonight. I mean, we had such a fun time down at that game, and unfortunately, if you weren't living in Newfoundland, didn't get to catch the game. I mean, you missed out on a great one. The Growlers did end up losing, but it was just a great experience all around. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like we said at the beginning of the video, we're on the road for 3,000 subscribers. We'd really appreciate it if you went down and hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy the NHL, make sure to check out this video that's popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC, alongside my co-host, Mark Pye. Keep your stick on the ice.